Hello guys, and welcome back to today's video. Today I will be telling you about 3 different STIs which can be transferred from one person to another even when they use condoms. If you want to find out what these sexually transmitted infections are and how it happens, please stick around. And if you're seeing me for the first time, my name is Tracy. I'm a registered nurse and I currently practice with NHS in England. Please do not forget to give me a like and subscribe as you watch this video. So let's get into it. So the very first one we'll be talking about is the genital herpes. So this genital herpes is caused by 2 types of the herpes, which is the herpes simplex type 1 and the herpes simplex type 2. So when we talk about this herpes, so what happens is that when a person who has this herpes sores has a sexual contact with another person, the chances are that the other person will always be infected with this herpes. This is because these sores or these lesions are usually found in parts of the body like the pelvis or the groin area where the condoms do not cover. So this means that it is very, very likely, there is a very high chance that this virus can be transmitted. The second on my list is syphilis. So syphilis is one of the sexually transmitted infections which you can get even while you use condoms. So the main symptom of this syphilis is a painless sore known as a syphilitic chancre. That is, I'll put the spelling up there. So this sore is usually found around the genital areas, but it can also be found in areas like the mouth or anus. And you see, areas like the mouth or anus cannot be covered with condoms. So this means that with these sores, it can easily be transmitted from one person to another. Also, knowing that syphilis is a very highly contagious disease means that when the person who is infected already has these sores, a very high chance is there that it can be transmitted to the other person. Now, these sores usually appear in a person between 10 to 90 days after being exposed to this infection. And it's important to know that, shockingly, these symptoms may not even appear at a very early stage. It might take a long while to appear. So if syphilis is not treated, it can lead to very severe complications like heart disease and even mental impairment. It can be that serious. So when we talk about this syphilis, it's also very important to note that if this chancre or this syphilis sore is not covered by a condom, it can be easily transmitted to another person. Now, let's talk about the third one. The third on my list, which is the final one, is known as the HPV, which means human papilloma virus. So this HPV is the virus responsible for causing cervical cancer in women. And also this HPV happens to be the most common STD, common in many people who are sexually active and who have many partners. So certain strains of this HPV can cause genital warts, while others do not. So this means that a person without any visible sign can also transmit this virus to the other person. Skin contact can also spread this virus even when there are no visible signs. It is also important to know that there is no specific test for males when it comes to testing for human papilloma virus. So it is very easy for partners to transmit this from one partner to the other. So in conclusion, condoms are not always effective when it comes to the prevention of STIs, and it is very important that you get regular testing and, if possible, try as much as possible to completely avoid sexual intercourse with multiple partners, as this is your best way of preventing unwanted STIs. If you enjoyed this video or found value for it, please do not forget to give me a like and subscribe to my channel for more of this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.